What is up, guys? It's Stan27 here, bringing you some Battlefield 3 today, and this is episode 4 of Never Used This Before, the series where we go back through my battle log list and use some of the guns that I've never used before in Battlefield 3. So, since the September 4th patch, there has been a lot of hype about the M416, now that it's the god gun, the best assault rifle in the game, on its quest to be the OP weapon along with maybe the AEK since it had the increased reload time, but there's been a lot of hype, as I said, about the M416 becoming one of the best guns in Battlefield 3. So I thought, well, I've never used this gun before. I think I've had about a minute and a half into it, maybe not even that. I thought, well, haven't used this before. A lot of people are saying it's amazing. I'll try it out. So I jumped into a few games with it, games of Team Deathmatch, Rush, and I have to say, it is a very, very good gun. I would probably say it's a little bit better with the M16A3, maybe on par. I mean, the M16A3 didn't actually get that much of a nerf. They increased the recoil, and to be fair, if you give any decent player a new gun to counter the recoil, they'll be able to counter it. Give them a game or two, and the M16A3 will basically be the same gun that it was. So, back to the M416. If we jump into the stats, it has the same damage model as every other, or almost every other assault rifle, with doing 25 points of damage up to 8 meters, which drops off to 18.4 at 50 meters, which is the same as every single other damage model in the assault class, apart from the G3A3, which is obviously the very high powered gun. However, the slow rate of fire does decrease that, but another video for another time. So it does equal out with every other assault rifle in the assault class, and it does also equal out with the amount of rounds in the gun. So there are 30 rounds in the magazine, or 31 with one in the chamber. So that's almost virtually the same as every other gun in the assault class. So at the moment there's no reason to pick or not to pick it, so pretty standard. It has a 750 rounds per minute, or RPM, which is fairly high. I mean, it's not quite as high as the M16A3 or F2000 or the FAMAS or the AEK, so up close it will be beaten by them. However, having a RPM of 750, you're going to do quite well. It's nothing to be like, oh, that's a bit of a slow rate of fire. It's still pretty fast. However, you will get beaten in close range by some of the other assault rifles. However, here is where the gun does stand out absolutely incredibly. In the September 4th pack, DICE decreased the recoil so that it would be different from the M16A3. I can't even speak today. So what they've done is they've made the right hand recoil 0.2, they've made the left hand recoil 0.15, which is an overall decrease of the horizontal recoil of 0.5, and they've also decreased the up recoil to 0.6. So this gun is almost one of the guns with the lowest recoil in the game. They also decreased the damage, the first shot recoil. So every time you shoot, the first shot of your gun has an increased recoil than it normally would. So they've decreased this to 1.8, which is absolutely incredibly low for an assault rifle that shoots at 750 rounds RPM. There are guns with lower first shot recoil multipliers, however they do have very low rates of fire, like the AEK. The AK has 650 rounds, the AN94 has 600 rounds per minute, and the G3A3 has 550. So normally having a low first time recoil multiplier actually means you're getting a low rate of fire, but with the M416 you are definitely not. You're getting a very good rate of fire, higher than standard, but obviously, as I said, not quite as good as before. DICE have also increased the reload, or decreased the reload time, making it so much faster. The empty reload time is 1.75 seconds, and not an empty reload time, sorry, a reload time with bullets still left in the magazine is 1.75 seconds, and an empty reload is 2.5 seconds. So with this gun, you have one of the fastest reloads in the game, and to be fair, it's almost quicker reloading this gun than it is switching to a sidearm, so that's a massive bonus. With some guns like the AEK and the FAMAS especially, you're going to get caught out while reloading. You'll dump your bullets really quickly, you try and reload, and someone will pop around the corner, and you won't be able to fire. So with the M416, you're never, ever, ever going to get caught reloading. Well, probably maybe once or twice, but it's not going to happen as much as everybody would think. So all in all, I mean, I think the M416 is a great gun. I'm not sure whether it's better than the M16A3. Long range and medium range, I think it's an absolute amazing gun. However, at close range, in close quarter combat, in the close quarters expansion pack, if you want to run with an assault rifle, you're going to get beaten by the F2000, the FAMAS, the AEK, as I said earlier. So medium to long range is where this weapon is the best. So in terms of attachments, you don't massively need anything. The recoil is so incredible. I would just run with a sight of your choice. I would run with a Cobra, however that is quite a lot to unlock. It's like 300 kills, so work towards that. The red dot sight is just as good. I mean, to be fair, you can probably use these sights with more zoom because the gun is so accurate. With some guns, using a sight with more zoom is a little bit trickier to control. However, with the M416, it's so accurate. Using a high, like, a more zoomed in scope won't actually have that much of an effect. I play with the heavy barrel. Although the heavy barrel did get a nerf in the patch, I still use it because it does increase the damage at range. So, added bonus, so it doesn't do too much. But you can also run a suppressor. It doesn't suffer too much from a suppressor because, yes, it does slow the bullet velocity down. However, with the accuracy of the gun, you're going to be hitting most of your shots on target if you can even shoot. To be fair, if you can hit anything, you'll be able to keep this gun on target. So there won't be too much of a hassle trying to get all your shots with a suppressor because they will get all on. So you should be able to kill people relatively quickly. And, I mean, they have increased the accuracy with this gun with a bipod. If you're using a bipod, what are you doing? Yeah, that's almost pointless. So I'd run a sight of your choice. I run the Cobra. I'd probably stick with something not too zoomed in, but that's personal preference. As I said, the heavy barrel I'd run with, and you don't really need anything else. It's that good a gun. You can just run. You can almost run this gun naked, and it'll be perfect. But the iron sights for me aren't the best, so I would recommend a sight. But just a sight and nothing else. This gun is pretty good, and I would definitely say it's pretty high in the best gun in Battlefield 3, if not the best. But however, in the next patch it probably will be brought back down because there will be the soon cries of, oh, it's OP. So, well, all I can say is use it while you can, enjoy it, and this has been the Standing 27, if I can pronounce my name. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I will see you next time.